in Bhubaneswar, the capital of Odisha. My guest today is Mr. V.K. Pandian, a former bureaucrat and close confidant of the Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik. The very elusive V.K. Pandian has never given a television interview or podcast. In fact, he rarely speaks to the media. So, this episode of the podcast is all the more special because many people say that Mr. Pandian is a political figure who's being groomed to take over the party reins once Mr. Naveen Patnaik, the current Chief Minister, retires from active politics. Mr. Pandian, thank you so much for being part of the podcast. I'm really looking forward to our conversation.
Same here. Jai Jagannath. Thank you.
Jai
Jai
Jagannath.
Jagannath.
So, I'm of course going to begin with who's this mystery man, Mr. Pandian. Nobody knows in the country who's this person because there's so much mystery around you because you don't give television interviews, you don't give news interviews only, and everybody wants to know what it is about Mr. Pandian that people wonder that he keeps to himself, elusive person. So, introduce yourself to the people of the country and to even Odiyas.
Perhaps I got inspired by Honorable CM.
Correct.
His style is that.
Yes.
And till the other day, I was in the Indian Administrative Service,
Huh.
where we have to be behind the screen always.
Huh.
You do work for the government, so you don't get a chance to come out in front.
But I've seen that, you take it to another level completely. Even when there's criticism about you, you are shy about it. You don't respond. You don't react. You just do your work. I've seen. So, is it because you were directed by Naveen Babu, or is it your natural self?
I think one gets inspired being with him for more than a decade. You are working so closely with him. You get to see how he reacts to situations, how he reacts to criticism. So you get inspired by him. Perhaps something of him has rubbed in me.
But he has a number of years of experience. You're a young bureaucrat, and you were posted in tough areas like in Kalahandi and all that. It was like phenomenal work that you did. So I'm sure as a young person you would have lost your temper at times, and you would have like, why are they writing this against me? What is this? You don't feel like responding ever?
I thought that the work should speak.
That's
like
nice.
how Sachin said that my bat should speak.
Okay.
So our work should speak more than.
So tell me, what is it about Mr. Pandian that a 5-term chief minister trusts him so implicitly?
I also keep asking him this. I'm still waiting for an answer from him.
Okay.
Perhaps we both share that commitment for people,
Okay.
something which I got inspired from him.
Right.
In fact, I got Punjab cadre initially in 2000. And in 1999, super cyclone had hit Odisha very badly. Odisha was in a very bad shape. So there was a dilemma which cadre I should move. So I decided to go to Odisha because Mr. Naveen Patnaik had taken over as Chief Minister of Odisha. And the director of our academy said that go to Odisha, you will get great chance to work. And there is an honest person who has become Chief Minister.
Okay.
So you will get great scope to work. So that's how I came to Odisha. And from that day, I got great deal of independence to work in whichever post I have been, whether it is sub-collector or additional district magistrate in Rourkela or as district magistrate in 2 districts, including his own district.
What was the first meeting that you had with Mr. Naveen Patnaik? Tell me about that.
I was sub-collector, a young sub-collector. He had come to inaugurate some projects in
Where was this?
in Kalahandi,
Kalahandi.
Dharamgad. So that was the day he was, it was 2003 or 3. So that was the time India Today had adjudged him as one of the top chief ministers of the country, first time. So he had come with that India Today and he was reading that magazine.
Okay.
So that is the first memory I have of our Honorable Chief Minister.
And what was your first impression when you met
He
him?
was unlike a political person. Whatever stereotype one has about a political leader, he was completely unlike. Very warm, very down to earth, very humble, and had an eye for good work. He had come and he immediately appreciated me for 2-3 things, which I thought was very nice of him to tell to such a junior officer at
What
that
was
time.
the work?
He spoke about the paddy procurement which I was doing,
Okay.
which the administration was doing. Kalahandi used to be a food deficit district.
Yes.
Kalahandi was known for those.
I remember as a journalist, my generation of people would Koraput and Kalahandi would be the dark zones of the
Absolutely.
country, of famine, of food shortage, and always
starvation
starvation
deaths and
Yes.
child sale and all those things used to happen.
Yeah.
So during our chief minister's time, the face of Kalahandi actually changed. He brought in irrigation in a large scale. So he transformed the gray areas of drought-prone areas into green areas. So we have food surplus in Kalahandi. When I was posted there in 2003-4, we have to sell a lot of paddy. That was a big challenge, and ensuring minimum support price for the farmers.
And from subsistence agriculture that was practiced out there.
Yes.
And bare subsistence, even if I
Absolutely.
might say that.
Absolutely.
You were selling it for rest of the state.
Absolutely. That's one of the biggest transformations the Chief Minister had done for Odisha. In 2000, we used to be a food deficit state. We used to depend on Punjab, Haryana, other states for our own food security. The public distribution system will wait for rail wagons to come from other states.
Okay.
So if the wagons are delayed, the food security and the public distribution system will get delayed. So the Chief Minister decided that Odisha has so much of water, so much of fertile land. So one of the biggest challenges he took was that he will transform the agriculture of Odisha.
Okay.
So he invested heavily in irrigation, he invested in agriculture practices, and in 7 years, 8 years, Odisha had become self-sufficient. In food grain production, it became self-sufficient.
Okay.
In 11 years, Odisha became food surplus. That is one of the biggest transformations we brought, and now we are the third largest contributor to the country's food security. So from a food insecure state, Odisha has become a food surplus state.
Contributing to
absolutely. The third biggest contributor.